It is Monday, and I'm live on the show. How's it going, you guys? Welcome to Traveling with Bruce, the Monday edition. It's Monday. But then again, every day's a holiday. Who cares? It's a holiday. It's a holiday. You got to love it. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to the show. Today's date, May the 14th, 2018. We're almost at the halfway mark of May already. Oh, my goodness. Time flies when you're having fun. And hasn't the weather changed for almost all of us nicely, like really nicely? Here in Creston, British Columbia, 3 miles north of the Idaho border, we are sitting at about 20, I'm going to say 22 Celsius, maybe a little better than that. I'm going to put us at about 75 degrees Fahrenheit today. Very nice. We're going higher. I think we might touch 80 in the next hour and a half or so. For the first time this year. Fantastico. The snow is disappearing from our mountain range around us because we're not surrounded by 20,000-foot monsters like the Himalayas or anything like that. We've got about 4,000 to 7,000 footers around here, and so the top 1,000 feet or so now is kind of where you'll find snow, unless there's a very deep crevice in the mountain, which is, practically, hiding in the shade all day long. There might be some snow in there, but we got runoff, spring runoff, and flooding around us, but not here. Creston, it doesn't suffer from flooding, thankfully. We are sort of on the side of, I wouldn't say we're not on top of a mountain or anything like that, but we're higher up, and the land all around us is orchard land, farmland. A lot of orchards, land, and vineyards, and so we're up in an elevation a little bit. And the nearest body of water from here, there's a little river south of between here and the U.S. called the Goat River, and it's running high. And then we have a lake, Kootenay Lake, where the free ferry car ride is that takes Jen and I to Ainsworth. That lake, it's up a little bit, but last year it was a lot higher at this time of year. So we'll have to see how that works around here. But apparently west of here, about 80 miles, 60, 70, 80 miles, flooding there, lots of runoff and problems, and people are evacuating homes and that kind of stuff. But here in Creston, we're good. And so we're doing fine. Welcome to the show for a Monday. The channel is growing again. I want to say a special shout out today to a friend of a lot of us. We follow this guy, Don's Family Vacations. He's got a YouTube channel. Don is also from Canada. He's in Alberta, this province next door. He's up in Edmonton, the arch rival city to Calgary, where I used to live. And Don has a YouTube channel that he runs out of there. And Don cracked 10,000 subscribers about a week ago. And kudos to him. I sent him a little note yesterday congratulating him and letting him know that we watch him. we watch each other, generally speaking. We do. And I said hi to him, and he said hi back to me. And way to go, Don. One of these days I'm going to try to get him on my show. And we'll see if we can get him on live somehow. He's a busy guy, though, but we'll see what we can do. And then the good people at La Lida Loco, they have a husband and wife. They have a channel as well. A special shout out to those guys. They're doing great. Their channel's growing as well. And we are all talking about cruise ship and cruise ship news and everything else. And I'm just saying hi to those guys. They occasionally watch and catch up with me. And someday we may do a collaboration. You never know. I'd love to do something with them sometime. And I also have to give a shout out, although he can't hear me today. I'm giving a shout out right now to Jim Zimmerlin. A lot of us watch Jim Zim. He does some of the most beautiful cinematography, camera work on his channel. Of course, he loves cruise ships. He loves miniature railroads. And he loves doggies, little puppy dogs. He loves dogs, and so he's done videos on all those subjects, and he does them well. He's got that golden voice, that radio voice. He is right now on the NCL Bliss. He's on the Norwegian Bliss, and today he's going through the Panama Canal. And I wanted to say hi to Jim because I saw a story that Jim posted on Saturday. he posted a video, about a minute and some odd second, not very long. He happened to record a message from the captain to the passengers on board the ship. And it was a code Bravo, code B. That is fire on board a cruise ship, fire. And the captain called the fire brigade. Fire brigade is the crew members that are in the fire brigade, which is a bunch of them. He called a team to assemble at deck level 4 on one of the elevator banks, and they had a fire on board. Thankfully, the Bliss is fine, but the fire took place in the incinerator room, and apparently there's supposed to be a fire in the incinerator room, but it's supposed to be inside the incinerator, only inside the incinerator. But there was a little fire just outside the incinerator. Some of the garbage around it kind of caught fire, and they had to put it out. They did, and then they had a smoke situation to deal with, because the incinerator room is located down by the water level, down in the workings of the ship, and that room is a sealed off room from the rest of the ship for obvious reasons. There's a mechanical unit there that burns stuff, and so of course it's separated from the rest of the ship. Well, the air that ignites in there, it can cause a problem, so they had to vent it. Excuse me. So the fire brigade was brought in. Anyway, I made a video after I saw that video. I made a video about code B, Bravo, on the Bliss, and I took a bunch of stock footage of the Bliss. There's millions of photos of it out there, and I quickly put something together. And I took a couple of photos that were been issued years ago. One was a Carnival ship, and one was of a Princess ship that had caught fire years back, decade. And I wanted to show the effect of what a fire on board a cruise ship can look like if you can put it out. And in both of these instances, these fires were put out. One had damage to the back of a ship. The other one had damage to multiple levels of the balconies. And I posted that inside this video just to explain to folks, fire is a bad thing on a cruise ship. This is what it can do if it's left unchecked. But thankfully, all is well on the Bliss. They put the fire out. They got rid of the smoke. The passengers had no inconveniences whatsoever. There was absolutely no trouble for the passengers. The buffets stayed open. The restaurants were open. The bars kept running. The pools kept doing what they kept doing. The water slides kept water sliding. All was fine. And I guess there were 2 or 3 announcements made. The first one was code Bravo. The second one was meet up at wherever. And then about 15 minutes after that, the all clear was given. And the captain explained to the viewers, or to the passengers, and to me as a viewer watching the video from Jim, that it's all over. It's all good. The fire was in the incinerator room, and some debris caught fire, but they put it out and they've dissipated the smoke. No issues whatsoever. All was fine. So anyway, I just wanted to let everyone know I did this video after Jim did his video, where Jim had only taken some video of pool deck, and he was just sort of panning around the pool deck, and we could hear the announcement over the air. And then I made a video with photos of the ship, and I found photos of a cruise ship incinerator unit to show what they look like. And so I posted a couple of those, and I posted a couple of photos about the ship, a couple of these ships that have caught fire in the past. Not from incinerator fires, just from fires. And I posted it. Well, a lot of thumbs ups, but I got a couple of thumbs downs. I got a couple of complaints. People saying, oh, you're using photos of cruise ships that are burning, and you're insinuating that's the Bliss, and that's not true. And of course, I'm making up the voice because I'm reading the comments, and I'm putting that voice to the comments because I really wasn't all that impressed. But I get it. If you watched my video very quickly, you may have gotten the impression that I'm trying to hype up the issue with regard to the Bliss. And that's not the intent. It was more, I thought, educational to show people cruise ships and fires do not mix. There's a reason cruise ships go ballistic. If you are caught smoking on a cruise ship when you're not supposed to be, you're in an area where you're not supposed to be smoking, they will nab you for that. And it can get as bad as you getting kicked off the ship. They don't take kindly to fires on board. Apparently, one of the 2 photos I posted was of a cruise ship that the fire started from a discarded cigarette. And it affected 3 floors of balcony suites. Dozens and dozens of them were burnt out, destroyed. Thankfully, no loss of life, but it was millions in damage. And cruise ship lines don't take kindly to fire of any kind, no matter where it comes from. But anyway, shout out to Jim Zim. Thank you for making that video on Saturday. And then today he posted a video about the ship entering the Panama Canal. And if you get a chance, check it out later today, after the show perhaps. It's a time-lapse video of the ship coming into the first lock of the brand new, newly expanded Panama Canal. And he has about a 2-minute, 30-second video. No sound, no music, just some footage in a time-lapse version of the Bliss going into the Panama Canal. So today it's traversing the Panama Canal. We'll get through the other side. It'll transit to the west side, and then it'll make its way up north until it reaches Seattle. And Jim, I think, gets off the ship there. I don't know if he's booked a cruise to Seattle, to the Alaska right behind it or not. I don't know. So Jim, if you're watching, I'm a fan. Love to have you on my show sometime. You're always welcome to come on by, say hi. Love to talk to you on the air. Anyway, so I wanted to mention that today for all of you folks. So the story that I had today was the Norwegian Cruise Line fire update, which I've kind of given you. There's no other news on the Bliss regarding this incident anywhere because for some reason, the PR department at Norwegian just doesn't want to brag about the fact that they put out a fire on their own cruise ship. Go figure. They want to kind of keep that quiet, so they're not going to expose it to the world, even though it worked out in the end as an okay thing. But apparently, cruise ship fires in incinerator rooms are not all that uncommon. It does happen from time to time. However, generally speaking, they are contained and they are put out quickly, and there is a protocol in place to deal with these scenarios with a very well-trained crew, which obviously in this case, the Norwegian Bliss has. So that was my first story today. Second story was talking about the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal, as I was just mentioning, just got expanded in the last couple of years. The Bliss is the 9th largest cruise ship in the world as of this minute. It is the largest cruise ship to now pass through the Panama Canal. It's a new record for the Panama Canal. I don't think all cruise ships can go through the Panama Canal, but this one can just barely. There will be 20 ships this year going through the Panama Canal that could not have gone through the Panama Canal before it was widened. So those are some new stats there. And through the cruise season, through the transit season for the Panama Canal, which is May to September or September to May, whichever way you want to talk about it, 248 cruise ships are going to go through the Panama Canal in this current transit season, and 20 of which will be big ships. Now, it could be the Bliss twice, because the Bliss is coming back the other direction after the end of the Alaska cruise season. It will then eventually go back towards Miami, and the Bliss will be sailing the Caribbean. So we'll hear all about that. So a little bit of news there about the Panama Canal. A couple of pieces of news I also have that I'll do a little later on the show. Found some more cheap cruise deals, which I wanted to mention to you today, and I'll get to those in a little while. Back to the channel quickly. Saturday I left you. We had 1,937 subscribers. Today, 1,953, 16 more. We're on our way to 2,000. 47 away to the number, and maybe tonight, tomorrow night, Wednesday, should be happening. It's going great. That's fantastic. Welcome all of you new subscribers, existing subscribers, and observers of the show who aren't subscribers. And if you're thinking about, or it hadn't occurred to you that maybe you might want to become a subscriber, I'll give you one good reason why you should consider being a subscriber. If you like what I'm doing, of course. The one reason would be, there's a button here, by the way, there's a button here. This button over here is the one I want to talk to you about. Right beside that subscribe button there is a bell icon. And if you would have clicked that, Saturday, you would have gotten an email alert from YouTube that I posted a video about the Bliss on fire in the Southern Caribbean Ocean. That's the reason why you want to subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon, become a subscriber. It's free to you. You'll get alerts anytime something's breaking on the cruise side, I'll make a video. So I don't know when my next video is going to be. I do know when my next live show will be tomorrow. Tuesday, I'll be doing 2 of them, 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. As I do every day of the week, I'm on at 5 o'clock Eastern every day. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do a second show at 8 o'clock. Saturdays, 2 o'clock Eastern, and you're welcome to join. So those are my regular shows, but I'll throw in other videos from time to time, whether I schedule one that I kind of want to talk to you about or something just comes up in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, no notice. If I get an alert that something's going on, I may just go right on the air live or post a video right away. So if you click that notification icon, you'll get the alert that I'm on the air. You may want to know news like as I come across it. Up to you. So thanks for joining me today. Let's say hi to everybody who's here. If you're joining me for the first time live, or if you're watching this for the first time on my rerun, I say hi to the folks who sign into me, and we kibitz a little bit. You can ask me anything you want about going on a cruise. If you're a first-time cruiser, this channel's for you. If you're a frequent, addicted, can't get enough of cruising, this channel is for you too, because we have got folks here who love talking about going on cruises. And we answer questions from new cruisers all the time and veteran cruisers who hear a rumor and want to know, have you heard this? Is this true? What do you think about this? Ask me anything you want. Maurice, Maurice, I never know how to pronounce your last name. So Maurice is all you're getting. MI is here. Hello, Bruce. Hello, sir. How are you? Welcome back to the show. It's great to have you here. Thomas Henry, hi, Bruce. Updates from Saturday. BJ's equals BJ's Wholesale Club, which is similar to Costco, but takes manufacturing coupons. What do you have? Thomas Henry, sometimes what happened here. Randy Lucas, Green and all from the great state of California. Michelle and I are still in our big ass RV, currently located in Lodi. And yes, we're stuck in Lodi again. High of 82 today. Welcome, you guys. Thomas Henry. Hi, Randy, Michelle. Randy is saying, hey there, Thomas Henry. Jim Thomas is here. Hi, all. Jim, how are you, buddy? How's your knee doing? Maurice, do you know if the Seaside has an internet cafe? Maurice, does the Seaside have an internet cafe? I want to say, I'm sure it does, but I can't guarantee it because I haven't been on the ship. And nowadays, I really don't care to know if they have an internet cafe, only because everything's going wireless. And if you are stopping 2 or 3 or 4 stops on a 7-day cruise, you're going to go and use the internet on shore for a lot cheaper than on board the ship. But this is a good question. Folks out there, does the Seaside have an internet cafe? Let me know. I know some of you out there who've been on the Seaside. You can tell me, and we'll answer his question. Randy is saying, hey, JT. Jim Thomas, hey, Randy, sounds like you guys had just had a blast. Randy saying, we did, JT. We sure did. Maurice, almost at 2,000. Yes, sir, Maurice. We're almost at 2,000 subs. You got it. Thomas Henry, 93 degrees and sunny in Richmond. Fantastic weather there. We're going to be in the mid-80s, so it's warming up everywhere. Nina Frank, hi, Bruce and all friends. Now summer is coming. 30 Celsius in Sweden today. 30 Celsius in Sweden. Nice. Now I have a bit chilly, but it's 11 p.m. But still 30 today in Sweden. That is awesome. Scott Batchy, hi everybody. Nice day in Ventura again, 64 degrees. Scott, welcome back. Got your message on Facebook. Silo is here. How you doing, Silo? Maurice saying, can you use the Starbucks app on the Bliss? I don't think so. I don't think so, but I'm using the word think a lot. So we'll see if anyone else has a thought on that. Randy Lucas, hi Nina. The lovely Michelle and I are really missing your part of the world. Yes. They're enjoying it. Thomas Henry, the Facebook posts were a little mean to Bruce regarding the Bliss fire. Well, what do you want? It's a free country. You can shoot the messenger. You don't like the way I'm delivering the news. Okay, but the news is the news. I think that when Jim Zimmerlin posts the video and you hear the captain on the video announcing a code Bravo and the results of the code Bravo, that they had a fire that they just put out, you kind of kind of go with the authenticity of the message. You know, I don't think there's much I can really dispute there. You don't like the way I mentioned it or how I displayed the photos, especially the photos of the ships that had been burnt. You don't like those images, you know, don't watch. But the news is the news. It came, it went, it happened. It's over. It's okay now. But it took place. Just letting you know. Keep in mind, folks, these incinerators burn garbage that you can't use for recycling purposes. So these aren't like pop cans or beer bottles or anything like that. There's certain plastics that don't go in there. You know, there's certain stuff that just gets burned at sea because we're talking 5,000 people on the Bliss, or was it? No, 4,000 on the Bliss, plus the crew, which is what, 1,700. So that's close to 6,000 souls on board. That's a lot of waste. You can't pile it up in garbage rooms. That doesn't work like that. You got to use the incinerator. That's marine. I don't want to say law, but that's marine tradition. That's just the way it's done, and it's done to a high standard, and it's all okay. But where there's fire, and where there's smoke, there's fire. Sometimes fire makes smoke where you don't want it, and so we had an issue. Just anyway, there you go. Thomas Henry, I'm hearing Bruce, but no pic. Just a princess ship. That's all I'm getting. He's saying, reload your page because I'm on two sources here. I'm showing my picture loud and clear. All is good. Refresh, reload your computer. Hopefully that's all it is. Pamela Jordan, hi Bruce and everyone. Cloudy and 95 in Iowa, South Carolina. 95 in South Carolina. We are getting hot everywhere. Fantastic. Wes Morrison, hi Bruce. Beautiful 91 here in New Braunfels, Texas. Hey Wes, welcome back, buddy. Iskew Park, hi Bruce. It's Iskew in Thunder Bay, Ontario. It's plus 16 Celsius here, sunny and warm. How's everyone? Hi everybody. That is nice weather up there for sure. Sylvan Forest, hi Bruce. Rainy and damp, 82 Fahrenheit in Tequila, Florida. Fire on the Bliss. What better place to have a fire than in the incinerator room? Fire and listening are the two most dangerous things on a ship. Fire and listing are the two most dangerous things on a ship. Scary. Yeah. I had that one post on the Facebook. The guy's going, hey, isn't there supposed to be a fire in the incinerator room? Moron. Hey, yeah, he's kind of thinking I'm kind of dumb. So I just kind of came back to him and said, yes, there's supposed to be a fire in the incinerator room. In the incinerator, not in the room, just the incinerator. Anyway, I liked his message. I gave him a thumbs up. He came back at me and gave me a thumbs up. And it's all good. It's all good. There's a couple of folks on the YouTube who weren't too nice to me on messages, but you know, it's YouTube. What do you want? It's what can I say? Yeah, Frank, hi, is you fine? Thanks. You, Charles Jordan, hi everybody. Hi Charles. Ruthie B is here. Hi. When is your next cruise, Bruce? Ruthie, as soon as I know, you'll know. I'm thinking later this year when we get into colder weather again. Mary, hi everyone. Mary, how are you? Welcome back. I think you're a regular. Welcome back, Mary. Maurice, did the alarms go off on the Bliss? There were alarms. The captain made an announcement calling for Bravo, and Jim knew what was going on. Jim figured it out. 44 cruises. Jim Zim knew. Aha! Get my camera. He's getting his camera, and he got his camera and started filming. And he had his camera rolling when the announcement came up, the update announcements from the captain. So. Way to go, Jim Zim. Without that, we would never have known, unless the rumor came out later from passengers who knew what was happening. But Jim was able to put two and two together and figure it out, and that's how we know on the outside. Very interesting. Cruising with Wheels is here. How you guys doing over there? Hi, Bruce. It's Kevin and Frank. Kevin and Frank, what's going on? How are you? We will be vlogging from the Bliss on the 6th, 026. Okay, that's the 2nd of June. To the 9th of June on her Alaskan cruise. So excited. Oh, that's going to be awesome stuff. If you get the chance to join my show, let us know how it's going. That would be great. Although I know you got your own channel. Love to have you on board mine too. That would be fantastic. Thomas Henry, hi, KNF. Silo, hey, Kevin and Frank. Oh my God. Cruising with Wheels. Hey, Thomas. Scott Batchley, hi, Kevin and Frank. Can't wait to see your vids. Cruising with Wheels is saying hi, Silo. Sylvan Forrest, hi. Hi, Frank and Kevin. Love your channel too. Randy Lucas, hey there. CWW, enjoy your channel. Nina Frank, no, Jim mentioned that the Bliss will take, quote, the California boy home. He liked the idea. Cruising with Wheels. Hi, Scott. Cruising with Wheels. Thanks, Randy. Cruising with Wheels. Thanks, Ilman. Everybody knows these guys. These guys know everybody. This is fantastic. Silo is saying 166 days to the Bliss and the Haven on the Mexican Riviera. Silo, wasn't it just last month you were talking 200? It was, because that's about 30 odd days ago. Yeah, it's 166. It's coming down, baby. You're getting there. Nina Frank, Silo, she's so happy for you. Debbie Manuel is here. Hi, Bruce. Hi, everyone. Sunny and high of 84 degrees in Chico, California. 84. That's the weather we've got here, Debbie. This is awesome. Randy, Lucas, hi, Debbie. We plan on being home Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Nina Frank, saw your video, Bruce. Jim Thomas, 85 here in the state of Jefferson. Debbie Manuel, 47 days till the Bliss for her. 166 for Silo, but only 47 for her. Oh yeah. Silo is saying 83 and 59 in Seattle. Nice weather in Seattle now. Beautiful. Jim Thomas saying, hey, Deb. Silo. Woohoo, Debbie, so close. Sherry Ann is here today. Hi, Bruce. 76 in Connecticut. Welcome back, Sherry Ann. Been a while. Nice to have you around. Jim Thomas, all there make me, what's that? All there make me start physical therapy so it hurts. Oh, they're making you, oh boy, Jim Thomas had a knee operation about a week and a half ago, and they're making him take physical therapy, and it smarts, and it does, doesn't it? Yes, it does, and it's so necessary. It must be done, but you're here, and I'm glad you're here, Jim. Hang in there, fight through it, my friend. You'll make it the other side. It's way better than where you were. Fantastic, Jim. Keep her going. Keep the fight going. Jeff Sume, hi, Bruce. Love your videos. I will be going on the Royal Caribbean Explorer of the Seas at the end of this month up to Alaska. Have you taken this ship at all? Thanks, Jeff. Yes, sir. I have taken the Explorer of the Seas. My wife, who no one has ever seen on this channel, but would love to see her. Just so you know, she looks exactly like Jennifer Aniston, so we refer to her as Jen. Jen and I were on the Explorer of the Seas from New York, Bayonne, New Jersey, to be exact, down to the Caribbean. Went to San Juan, Puerto Rico. For some reason, I'm thinking St. Thomas and San Juan. I'm going, those are two different places, Bruce. Quick. Which one was which? Oh, yeah, San Juan, Puerto Rico is one. St. Thomas is another. And to Saint Martin. We were supposed to go to Labadee as our first stop, but we ran into a cyclone, one of those bomb cyclones we've been talking about in the wintertime. We went through a winter blizzard. We went south. It was coming north, and the ship was experiencing 100 miles an hour on the open seas with 40-plus foot waves. And that ship was a rockin', and we didn't bother knocking, but it was a rockin', baby. And we had to slow down. The captain had to slow the ship down, could not keep up the speed. I would have been just too rough on us. The ship would have had no trouble whatsoever going full speed through that crap, because the way these ships are designed, they can handle this stuff. But it's the humans on board the ships that can't handle it. We're not designed for that stuff. We're not used to it, being land lovers. And so he slowed the ship down to take it a lot easier on us to get through this thing. But it took us about 30 hours to get through the other side, roughly. And we lost so many miles of distance covered because of the slowdown that we could now not make Labadee until basically 6 in the evening rather than at 8 in the morning. And so the captain decided that we would just stay at a nice slow 18 knots for the next day and a half and forget Labadee altogether and go right to San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we ended up having a wonderful 8-day cruise instead of a 9-10-day cruise, where we did San Juan and St. Thomas and St. Martin, and then back to Bayonne, New Jersey. By the time we got back to Bayonne, New Jersey, it was all calm again. The storm had long left town, had hit New York and went to Boston and Maine, Nova Scotia, and wherever else it was going. And it left snow behind. There was snow, but it was melting off the streets in Bayonne when we got there because we were back to the 40s. But yes, I've been on the ship. I liked it. And I didn't like it. I have mixed feelings about the Explorer of the Seas, but these are my personal tastes of the cruise experience that I personally have. A big deal to me is the spa. That's a big deal for this guy. My wife and I love to get a spa pass. where you get away from the hordes. And rather than hanging out on pool deck, I love to hang out in spa deck. And I would far rather be in a steam room and in the jacuzzi there and lying on the loungers, heated or not. That's my shtick. That's my preference. But on the Explorer of the Seas, they didn't have an exclusive spa pass package like they have on certain cruise ships, certain brands like Holland America and Norwegian. And so anyone could come in and go into the area. And the particular spa area I was using was very close to the fitness club area. And I found that too many kids were hanging around there. Much too noisy for this old guy. But that's just the way it was. The rest of the ship, the room, we loved it. We had a balcony room. We enjoyed that. No, sorry, had an inside room. It was okay. We saw some balcony rooms walking along. They looked great. People who were in balconies, enjoyed them. Food was okay. A lot of variety, of course, being Royal Caribbean. All these specialty restaurants, you can't help but find something to eat that you're going to like. We found that we enjoyed the buffet. We enjoyed the main dining room. Did that a couple of times. One time, I think at least once, we sat at a table of 8 or 10 with a bunch and had a wonderful evening, an enjoyable time. Another evening, we sat with another couple. There were 4 of us. And we met an older couple in their 80s, and they were delightful. We had a wonderful dinner with them, and lots of stories back and forth. The entertainment was okay. Clean ship, nicely run. Big promenade area in the middle of the ship to walk through. Lots to see and do. Really, lots to see and do. So yeah, I gave it a passing grade, absolutely. But the spa is my thing, and I prefer the spa more on a Norwegian ship or the one that I had in the Holland America. I enjoyed that. Princess is better than Royal Caribbean, a higher grade, but is not as high as the others. Just personal opinion. Peter Heckema, hi Bruce. Did you get my first post? Think I was the first to sign in today. Peter, I didn't get your first post. The first post I got was from Maurice at 4:33. And this is the first post I'm seeing from you today. But welcome to the broadcast. It's great to have you back, and great to have you here. How you doing? Jeff, it's 73 here in Seattle. Jeff, that's awesome stuff. It's Cruising with Wheels. Yes, you can use the Starbucks app on the Bliss. You can't use Starbucks gift card, though, and you will get Starbucks reward points. Thank you, Cruising with Wheels. I knew somebody had the answer. Fantastic for that. Debbie Manuel, hi, Randy, Jim, Silo. And yes, it is so close. Will still be great weather when you and Michelle get home, Randy. Fantastic. Good weather coming for those guys. And Debbie can't wait to get on her cruise on the Bliss. Seakeeper being mean to Bruce because of the Bliss fire is like killing the messenger. A pox on them all. Thank you for the support. Nina, we miss you guys, Randy, Michelle. Nina, come back soon again. Stacy Waldrep is here, 77 here in Minnesota. Stacy, how's it going? Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. Any questions you have, fire away. Any comments, let me know. 223 days till the Carnival Magic. Seems like forever. Yeah, 223. That's a long count, isn't it? But it's going to happen, Stacy. It's coming. It's coming your way. Hang in there. Sherry Ann, 66 days till we go in the Carnival Horizon. 66, brand new ship. Fantastic, Sherry. Tina is here. Tina Holt, hi, Bruce and all. I'm glad I caught the live show. 124 days till the Pride. 151 days till the Splendor. 195 days till Fascination. I can't wait for it all. Tina, you're killing me. That's awesome. Fantastic. You're gonna love it. Silo, if you listen close, you can hear Jen yell, "Help!" from the basement. Get me out of here. He's locked me up. Get me escape. I need an escape route. Thomas Henry, 320 days till I get Bliss for us. Oh my goodness, that's almost too long to count. Isn't that something, Thomas? Doreen Chapman, hi Bruce. It has been a while. Sunny, 22 degrees here in Nova Scotia. Doreen, how are you doing? It's great to have you back. I've missed you. Nice to see you here. Tammy Ray, hello everybody. 29 degrees in Calgary. I was just there a couple of days ago, and it wasn't 29 yet, but it's 29 now, and that's good stuff, Tammy. I'm glad you got some decent weather out there. You guys deserve it. It's been a long, cold winter in Calgary with a lot of snow. Peter Heckema, rainy and overcast in Tarpon Springs today. First rain we've gotten since January the 14th. Wow, that's something. Welcome back to the channel there, Peter. Tammy Ray, I still have over 400 days till the horizon. Oh my goodness, Tammy. That's tough. That's tough, but it's been done. And you'll just have to just live your life in the meantime, and the countdown, it'll come. It'll come. Time flies when you're having fun. Thomas Henry, Tammy, you need to pick me up a cruise before. You need to pick up a cruise before that. You need another cruise before you do that one, I think. Yeah, that's probably what he's saying. Yeah, probably a good idea. It's never too soon to go on a cruise. And speaking of going on a cruise, and it's not too soon, how about this? I was looking this morning on my one of my favorite sites for cruise deals, cruise info, what have you. And I'm looking up vacations2go.com. As those of you who are regulars of mine, you know I check Vacations to Go all the time. I found some cheap cruise deals. I was looking up the 90-day ticker, sort of show me any cruises in the next 3 months that are coming up, what we call last-minute cruising. And I found some interesting info here that I thought I would share with you today. I wanted to mention one other thing, and that was Ovation. The Seaside, no, the Regency Ovation. I think it's the Regency Cruise Lines, or is it Oceania Cruise Lines, the Ovation? Anyway, brand new ship just launched, and I was looking up how much to go on a brand new 6-star cruise line, $300 to $500 a night. And I thought, okay, Bruce, enough of that. Let's go to the deals. And I went over here to the cheap cruising deals because I can't in good conscience look up a $500 a night cruise for myself and Jen. Although, you know, the residuals keep coming in from friends, which is great, you know, but they're just not what they used to be. You know how it is. Time goes by. You've been off the air for 10, 15 years, and the residual checks get smaller and smaller. You got to start looking for bargains. And why not go on a cruise at a good price rather than, you know, pay more if you don't have to? Well, talk about Alaska. We're all talking about Alaska cruises these days. Everyone's excited about going to Alaska for a cruise. It's the season just barely started. That gorgeous weather we're hearing here about Seattle now being in the 80s. Wow. So I'm taking a look today, and I found something rather what I thought was interesting to me. And that was, if you can get in and out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, have I got a deal for you? I got deals, plural, for you. I like more than one, more than 5, more than 20. Deals. 7-night Alaska cruises out of Vancouver, British Columbia to Anchorage. It's one way up, get off the ship. And then you can take a cruise from Anchorage, one way back to Vancouver, 7 days, and return. May and June and even part of July, I'm finding cruises, inside rooms, between 50 and 65 bucks a night. That's it. 65 a night or less for a ton of cruises, dozens of cruises. Absolutely fantastic. Ships like Holland America, the Westerdam or the Noordam, these ships are like the Oosterdam. They're 950 feet long. They carry about 2,000 passengers. 5-star dining in the dining room, and I mean it. It's good stuff in the dining room. They don't have a lot of specialty restaurants, just a couple. They don't have like 15 specialty restaurants. They got the main dining room, and they got the Pinnacle room, and they got a couple of other spots you can eat at. And that's it. And so you're going to find yourself in the main dining room for good reason. You're going to want to be in the main dining room on the Westerdam or the Noordam because you're going to be talking about specialty dining quality for no extra charge. Why would you need to spend 60 bucks a person on food that's included in your cruise? And for $50 to $65 a night, just an inside room, you take that deal all day long. You take that deal because dinner for each of you is $50 to $65 per night in that kind of setting. Absolutely wonderful. The buffet on the Holland America, very good buffets for breakfast, lunch, or dinner if you want. The entertainment is always good on Holland America. The crew to staff ratio, always good on Holland America. The ships are spotless. And these particular ships have fantastic promenade decks. Promenade decks to die for. You can walk off that food as best you can. If you have a little extra dessert, take a walk on the promenade deck. Fantastic views from there. Great ship, great service. And the spa, my goodness, the spa on Holland America. Very nice and enjoyable. You pay a little extra to use it, but it's worth it. For 60, 50 to 65 a night base fare, inside room, my goodness, you can't beat that deal. You take the 2-week deal. You take the first week from Vancouver to Anchorage, and then you take the second week from Anchorage back to Vancouver. In other words, you do it back to back. And for 2 weeks, you're talking 50 to 65 a night for 2 solid weeks. You can't rent a hotel room in Vancouver, British Columbia for $50 a night anywhere. I don't think so. The taxes alone are going to run 20. Yeah, this is a pretty good deal. If Holland America isn't for you, what about Princess? You like the Princess cruise line? It's also owned, by the way, by Carnival. Carnival owns Holland America. Carnival owns Princess. There are 4 ships out of Vancouver you can take right now for the same money, 50 to 65 a night, inside room. The Golden Princess, the Star Princess, the Coral Princess, and the Island Princess. Same deal. 1 week up, 1 week back at these prices. Unbelievable. Princess is just one sliver below Holland America, I would say. Holland America, I would give it 5 stars, and the Princess 4.5. That's what I would say. 4.5, 4.5. But still, for that price, bargain, let me say. How about the Celebrity Millennium? You want to go on a celebrity ship? Grab Celebrity Millennium. They're also doing Vancouver. And you're still not happy? Norwegian, the Jewel, it's coming out of Vancouver too. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ships coming in and out of Vancouver and Anchorage for week-long cruises to Alaska under $65 a night per person. That is a bargain, and we're talking now to into July. So I know if you take the Bliss, you want to book the Bliss now, you're talking 160 to 200 a night, balcony rate likely. Yeah, I get it. Brand new ship. It's heavily booked. Everybody wants on that ship. It's brand new. It's got all the amenities and features. These ships right here, primo, just great vessels, excellent service. And what are you going to Alaska for, really? You're there for the scenery, the glacial views, the whales, seals, fantastic. Just Ketchikan and you name it. Fantastic cruise. If you're into doing that, I personally am not crazy cuckoo about going to Alaska. I live in British Columbia. I'm surrounded by mountains and glaciers. But for those of you from the States and from Europe, you want to come on over here. Boy, if you can get a good airfare up to Vancouver, British Columbia, and then you can grab a cruise at this price, wow, this is 2 weeks of eating too much, having, deserting too much, resting too much, enjoying yourself too much. Yeah, good idea. I highly recommend it. So there's one to consider right there. Just double checking some messages to keep up on this. Tammy Ray, I wish I could, Thomas. Tammy Ray would love to go on a cruise, but she's already booked on 2 other cruises before the 400-day wait. Maurice, would you go on Celebrity Edge? Is a question. I would. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. But again, I have this thought process ever since the Seaside from MSC. I don't know if I want to be on an inaugural cruise. They're overpriced. They're top dollar. And the ships are still trying to get the kinks out. And on the Seaside, there were some serious kinks to do with the odor problem on the Seaside. Now, I'm not suggesting it's going to happen on every ship, but ships do have issues on inaugural, those first few cruises. There are issues. It's just a brand new vessel. What are you going to do? But the Edge is a pretty neat looking vessel, I will tell you. And I would say I would really be curious and interested in looking at a cruise about the 2nd, 3rd month in. I'd be kind of interested in that. But again, pricing for me is important, but not for everybody. But you want to get a good deal. It should be a pretty cool looking vessel when that comes out. It's been delayed a few weeks though. They're a few weeks behind already. We'll see if they can keep the schedule as they've tried to set it. Maurice, I booked the Edge 2 years ago. Maurice, I'm looking forward to a report from you. I want to hear all about it. Cruising with Wheels, our Bliss cruise. We booked the first day available for sale about 2 years ago, it seems. And it was only $110 per person per night for a 7-day inside cabin. Well, $110 for an inside cabin is is fair pricing. It's not like bargain, but it's not, you know, outrageous, but it's early. You're an early adopter. You're one of the early ones on. So kind of, I'd like to hear how it goes for you. That should be fun. Nina Frank, why booking so long in advance? Is it cheaper? I got the opposite expression. It depends on the ship. If you're booking an inaugural cruise, or you're booking a cruise on a ship that's less than, say, 6 months old or newer, you might be paying a bit of a premium to get on it. But if you book early, you might save a bit. I take the opposite approach to finding a deal. I'm a last minute guy. I like the idea of a last minute. I'm really not crazy about booking a cruise 3 years from now, 2 years from now. I don't want to look that far ahead. I would love to book a cruise today for, say, late June, mid-June, July, because I'm confident I can find airfare within a reasonable time frame at a decent price, or a way to get there to the ship at a reasonable price. But that's just me. Others, they want to be on a new ship, inaugural, or close to inaugural, or they just want to be on a brand new ship. That's the end of it. And they prefer the, you know, well in advance routine. I say go for it. Yeah. Now look, what's wrong with booking a cruise 6 months from now, a year from now, a year and a half from now, 2 years from now, and every 6 months adding another one? Nothing wrong with that. Then it's fine with me. You know, I can see that working. Sure, you know you got a cruise booked for 2 years from now, but you also know you got a cruise booked for 6 months from now. So yeah, you're never more than 6 months away from a cruise, no matter how you look at it in that way. But I love the idea of the last minute deal, and I love the idea of a killer deal, a real giveaway, because the cruise line had a bunch of cancellations, or a group canceled out. You know, maybe the bride changed her mind, and 30 cabins are available. I don't know. There's reasons why sometimes you can get these deals. Loves to travel. Hi all. I'm late. 83 here. She's in Kansas. It's okay. Welcome back. Loves to travel. Nice to have you here. Cruising with Wheels. We always book way in advance so we can get a handicap room. And most times, the further you book out, the cheaper it is, and the closest to sailing can be equally as cheap. Very good point there, you guys. You know, and the handicap room, that's a biggie. It's a mandatory must-have, and you want to lock it up as soon as you can if you know you want to go on that ship. Doreen Chapman, we always book early and watch for price drops. Yes, very good, Doreen. Maurice saying, I would love to try a Disney cruise, but it's so expensive. Maurice, you're absolutely right there. Maurice, is it because it doesn't have a casino? Maurice, no. I think the reason that Disney charges what they do, couple of reasons, I'm going to guess. One, the ships are about 2,500 passengers, and they're building new ones that will hold up to 4,000. And I have a feeling that the larger the ships get for Disney, the more economical to run them for Disney it'll be. Where the ships are using now are you know, they're getting up there, 10, 12, 14 years old, so to speak. But I think the other reason about Disney, the real reason for the numbers, isn't because of quantity. I think it's because of quality. The number of staff on board the ship with regard to the entertainment division. There's a lot of folks on that ship who handle the logistics of the shows and the daytime activities on board the ship. And they give a great experience. It's 5 to 5.5 stars of quality experience. I have read countless reviews from passengers who've been on the Disney line, where adults are talking about not only that our kids love it, Mom and Dad loved it, we loved it, Grandma and Grandpa loved it when they came with us. The adults are getting an incredibly good experience from the ship itself, the cruise line as well. Disney can get it. They can ask the money, and people are paying it because they're getting the return. They're getting the money back in enhanced services. So that's, I think, the reason for it. I don't think the casino really has anything to do with it. Maybe it affects it a bit, but I think that they just can. They just can, and they deliver a good product, a real good product. Loves to travel. I've done Alaska cruise, but I could do another one. Maurice, I'm going in January 19 and can't wait to sail on her. Oh, Maurice, I bet you can't. On the edge, right? That's it. Nina, in cold weather, you lose half the amenities of the ship pools, the sun, and more. I agree, Nina. I love a warm cruise myself. Silo, I can't wait for the new Norwegian Leonardo class of ships. 3,300 people and very slick design. Yes, a very neat look to the ships. Unique design. They've contracted for 4 with options for 2 more. And that's the direction Norwegian wants to head for now. And kind of during the middle of that construction timetable, they may then decide whether or not to produce any other larger ships going forward, or even larger than they have now. They're going to figure that out. But I think for Norwegian, I think these Leonardo ships will probably begin to replace some of the older ships out there that they have that only have 2,200 capacity, 2,500 capacity. Within the next 5, 6, 7 years, some of these ships from the late 90s and early 2000s will be moved out, and the Leonardo will take over. So they'll go from maybe 2,400 passengers to 3,300 passengers on a ship, on a vessel. So they're still increasing capacity, but they're not increasing as many ships as they would normally increase if they kept all the ships in the fleet. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Cruising with Wheels, agreed, Silo. Can't wait for the Leonardo class Cruising with Wheels is thinking. Maurice, Bruce, this is fun to think about what kind of room you get on the edge if you booked it. Yes, this is going to be interesting. IsQ Park, I agree with Bruce. I only booked 30 to 60 days before the cruise. You'll not only get better prices, but take unknown factors such as long-term illness or events like family gatherings and weddings out of the picture. I agree with that. I also subscribe to that notion that I don't want to go through all the trials and tribulations and mental anguish of deciding which cruise I want and book it, and then something comes up because Uncle Fester over here decided to get ill with cancer, or Auntie Doris over here did something. Yeah, it happens. But 30, 60 days out, chances are okay. If you're thinking about a Caribbean cruise and you're booked on a ship that's going to go to certain Caribbean islands 2 years out, and you forget that, oh, it's right in the middle of hurricane season. I forgot. And 30 days to go, here comes hurricane whatever, and just tears apart the 2 islands you were going to go visit, or the private island that the cruise line has. Everything's canceled. Everything's rerouted. Now you're not getting the cruise you wanted. Now, I have to say, got to be fair. You really wanted to go to a certain island, and there's a hurricane coming through in the next 30 days. You're not going there anyway, are you? So, okay, I get it. But yeah, these long-term advance bookings can work against you if something unexpected happens. But life is like that. And so things happen in 20 days. Things happen in 5 days. So, it's part of life, isn't it? What can I say? Silo, I will have a busy June. I have to run down to the dock to throw confetti at Debbie. And now Kevin and Frank only 20 minutes away. It just there's no end to it. And these people coming and going all the time. I'll tell you there, Silo, you've got your work cut out for you. Oh, Debbie Manuel will sure be looking for you, Silo. She said, Cruising with Wheels. Oh my God, Silo, Steve, that's awesome. We will be waving at you. Seakeeper, give me a great price today on a ship I like, and I will sail on Saturday from almost anywhere in Florida. Giddy up, Seakeeper, you betcha. Silo, I'll wear a plaid shirt so you can see me. Silo, I was just going to say, maybe you should wear like a hard hat, and construction boots, overalls, and then you can they'll wave at the crew down there like crazy, No. Maurice, do you know why they only made one Norwegian Epic class ship? They were going to be making more ships like the Epic, but they canceled it. Yes, why did they only make the one? Rumors abound, but have you seen the Epic? Have you taken a look at what that thing looks like? To me, it looks like a cruise ship with a big box on it. It just looks so unnice. I mean, it's a great ship. I've been on it. I took the ship for a cruise, enjoyed it. Love the spa on the ship. Really love the spa. It's at the back. But the ship has that huge cube of the Haven Club just stuck on top, it's like some kid building a ship with a mechano set, and at the last minute, hey, I got this cruise ship built with this mechano set, and I've got this Lego thing over here. I'm just going to build this big box and just put it right on the top at the front of the ship. And that's what it looks like they've done. They kind of like halfway through design decided, to heck with it, just to put a big box on the top of it and make it a Haven Club and just bring some extra cash. Where the new ships that they've been bringing in are much more dynamic. Aerodynamic is the wrong word to use, but marine dynamic maybe. Maybe that's why they didn't build a second version of that ship, and they went right over to is it the Breakaway class? Is that the one we're talking about now with the Bliss? I have a feeling that's why the Epic is a loner. It's a one-off, all by itself, and might stay that way. So just a guess, Maurice. That's my thought. Iskew Park Disney is worth every penny. It's a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Costs a ton, but everyone with kids needs to go one time. They treat children like kings and queens. How about that? Cam Wilson. Hey, Bruce. Hey, everybody. How you doing there, Cam? Cam, I've missed so many streams. I've missed you all. Debbie Manuel. Awesome. Thanks, Silo. Nina Frank, we missed you too, Cam. Debbie saying hi, Cam. Cam is saying hola, Debbie. And hola, Nina. Cam Wilson, laugh out loud. It looks like it has multiple foreheads. Silo, Epic is the ugly stepsister. Maurice, Bruce, did you have a balcony on the Epic? Yes, we did. Silo and ugly too. It said Nina Frank, Seakeeper, so lucky living close to port, and Bliss is a Breakaway Plus class. I did have a balcony on the Epic. My wife and I, Jen and I, we enjoyed it. Very nice room. If I recall, we booked a spa class balcony room. So we were higher up, but we weren't in the Haven. We were not that high. The only feature I think we got out of the deal was that I was going to book a balcony room and then buy the spa package as a separate add-on. That was going to happen. But as it turns out, as I was shopping for my cruise, I found the Epic had this cruise in the Caribbean out of Miami, and they had the spa class balconies. And over the regular balcony, it was so many dollars more, and it turned out to be no more expensive than had I booked a regular balcony and added the spa package as an add-on. But I decided, no, I'll buy this deal because I get what I really wanted. I get the height. I get higher up because I don't mind being higher up. I want the better view from up there. And it came with the spa package built in. And for Jen and I, perfect. And the other thing about it was we were on the same floor as the spa, if I recall, and we only had to walk down the hallway, a quarter of the ship maybe, and duck in towards the back. There was the lobby for the spa. Very convenient. And so that worked out. So I love the spa. I really like the spa on the Epic a lot. Food was okay. It wasn't Holland America, but it was okay. We did not take in a show, a big time show. Didn't want to make reservations. We took in a couple of comedy club nights. Only saw one of them because we had to book either the 9 o'clock show or the 11 o'clock show. And we booked an 11, and I was in bed at 10:30, just too tired, couldn't do it. So never bothered. Didn't like that. Whereas on the Jade, we were on the Jade, my daughter and I, they had the comedy club, and it was the same time every night. I think it was every second night on the cruise. It was like 7:30, something like that. Perfect time. Show was over at 9:30, and it was great. I don't know if they did a late show. I don't care. You didn't need reservations. You could just show up, and we loved it very much. Where did you have balcony? We said yes. I'll get to Silo. Bliss is Breakaway Plus. Maurice, forget it. Maurice, did you hate the bathroom setup in your room? I believe we had. Wasn't that the one where you had the shower on the one side, and you had the toilet and the sink on the other side? Or was it also, if I recall, didn't we also have a sink in the open area, right? Where outside of all that? trying to remember the logistics. I don't off the top of my head. It's not coming to me. I have photos of it, but I have to go back and look at it. But I believe we had the double side thing. It didn't bother me, the bathroom. Why? I never used the bathroom in my room. I only use the bathroom to give a splash of water on my face first thing in the morning. And I use the toilet facility. That's it. I don't take a shower in my room. I take the showers in the spa because I have a morning session and I have an afternoon session in the spa, and I use the showers there on every cruise I've ever been on. I've never had a shower in my suite ever. Not necessary. Jen, on the other hand, it's all hers. The bathroom is all for Jen, and lay it out the way you want, babe, because I only use it to brush my teeth in the morning. I don't even shave here. I shave in the spa bathrooms after the steam bath and the hot tub. That's what I do. Let's see here, Maurice. Yeah, it is. Maurice is saying, talking about something. Anyway, so that's how I do. Oh yeah, you're talking about the bathroom layout. Yeah, that's how I operated the bathroom on the Epic. Yeah, Norman Duarte is here. The spa. Yes, Norman. You read my mind. We're on the same page. The spa. It's all about the spa. It's all about the spa. When you get older, it's all about the spa because you got to get rid of those aches and pains and those kinks and whatever. Spa, baby. Got to have the spa. You want to go on shore excursions and walk around? Got to have the spa. Something to look forward to when you get back. That hot tub with the bubbling water and no kids running around screaming at you. Love it. Nothing against kids except on a cruise ship. All right, the second deal. Here's the second deal. I talked to you about the first deal. I didn't mention any specific cruises, but I mentioned specific ships from Vancouver to Anchorage, back to Vancouver. Tons of deals all through into July. Help yourself. Here's one I found. British Isles. July 1st departure. Plenty of time to make this one, you guys. 14 nights, 2 weeks. July 1 to July 15 on the Jade, the Norwegian Jade. I've been on that ship. I enjoyed it. Inside room, I had an inside room on the Jade. I didn't mind it. $883 for 2 weeks. $441.50 a week. Are you kidding me? That is a deal. 70 odd bucks a night. In Europe, we're talking 9 stops. 9 stops, starting in Hamburg with multiple stops in Norway, then up to Iceland, Scotland, UK, back to Hamburg. What a deal. That is a deal. And I haven't mentioned this on either of these cruises. Whatever cruise you ever want to take, the prices I ever quote you are one thing, but I don't generally always mention this, and I should be mentioning this more often. If you're a shareholder of Norwegian Cruise Lines or Carnival or Royal Caribbean, these are publicly traded companies. If you can buy 100 shares in your IRA account or a brokerage account and just put them away and forget about them, every time you book a cruise with that cruise line, whether you own only 100 shares of one cruise line or you own 100 for all 3, every time you go on a cruise, you get a shareholder cabin credit over and above any other deal that's out there. So this 14-nighter right here, I think with Norwegian, it's a $200 cabin credit added onto any other incentives that this cruise has got. You take advantage of that deal all day long. If you're doing 2 or 3 cruises a year, you'd be crazy not to have shares in these companies. Now, there's a way you can do this where you only buy 100 shares. Say you buy 100 shares of Norwegian, okay? And you go on a Norwegian cruise and you take advantage of the shareholder credit. Great. But the next cruise, 3 months later, is going to be on Royal Caribbean. You sell your shares in Norwegian and you buy 100 shares of Royal Caribbean. And then you apply for your shareholder credit for your upcoming cruise with the Royal Caribbean ship, whether it's Celebrity or Royal Caribbean, because Royal Caribbean owns Celebrity. If a month or 2 or 3 after that, you're going to go on a Carnival property, Princess Cruise, All America Cruise, Cunard Cruise, P&O, Costa, or Carnival itself, grab 100 shares of Carnival, sell the Royal Caribbean, grab 100 shares of Carnival, and get your shareholder credit there. So these are extra savings that you can get on every cruise you take, no matter how long the cruise. The longer the cruise, the bigger the cabin credit. It's about $15 a night, generally speaking, is kind of what it averages out to be. Upwards of $250 at the high end. So take advantage of this deal. I did a video on the shareholder credit. It's in my playlists on my channel. You can find it and check it out. Last cruise I'll tell you about, the deal of deals, Canada, New England. June the 17th until the 27th, 10-day cruise on the Celebrity Summit cruise ship, leaving Bayonne, New Jersey, right in New York, just out of New York. Inside room, $800, $80 a night, out of Bayonne, New Jersey, 10 nights. You're going to Bermuda for 3 nights, Kings Wharf in Bermuda, beautiful place to be in June, nice. And then you're going to be in Bar Harbor, then you're going to Boston, Newport, Rhode Island, back to Bayonne, New Jersey. Nice 10-day cruise, a little bit of ocean cruising, and a couple stops in New England. Beautiful. Perfect time of year, right at the end of June. Fantastic. $800 a person. Shareholder credit will probably give you $150 credit off of that for the cabin credit. Works up to $75 each. I take it. Nice deal. Great food. Celebrity, you're going to eat well. Going to eat just fine. Entertainment will be great. That ship is a Summit, Celebrity Summit. That ship has settled in. There are no surprises on that cruise ship. They know what they're doing. So there's a couple of deals for you. Three in total. The Alaska cruises and these 2 specific ship deals. The British Isles, but just go back to that one. Hamburg, Germany. I was looking up airfare. How much would it cost to fly from North America to Europe? We're talking about July, so we're talking high season. You would think the prices would be out of this world, and yet, no, there are deals, because today there are airlines like Norwegian Air. My friend Randy Lucas, our friend who's on this channel from time to time, flew Norwegian from Copenhagen back to the United States. They enjoyed it. Norwegian, brand new 787 Dreamliner planes, quiet, 6,000 feet elevation inside the cabin, even when it's cruising at 30,000 feet in the sky. Oh, fantastic. Helps with jet lag, helps with just everything. Fantastic. There are deals to be had to fly to Europe, and you don't have to look for a specific flight that takes you from your hometown right to Hamburg, Germany. No, you don't have to do that. Fly to London Heathrow, find a round trip fare to London. You'll find a bunch of them to London, because you can find airfare to London Heathrow from all carriers all over the place. And whether it's in your hometown or nearby your nearest hub, and then do a connection from London to Hamburg. Now, maybe it's the same day, maybe it's 2 days later. Get to London a couple of days and join London, adjust to the time change, and fly over to Hamburg. Or how about this one? You take a train ride under the channel. How about a channel? Is that on your bucket list? Grab the train from London, do the channel, get over to Amsterdam, and then grab a regular train from there to Hamburg, Germany a couple days later. Make a holiday of getting to the ship itself and experience it that way. Once you're in Hamburg, you got to go to the Miniature Museum. You've got to go to the world's largest indoor mini railroad set museum. You got to see it. It's in Hamburg. They've got this room is just unbelievable. I'm not even telling you the proper title of the place, but if you check it out on YouTube, enter Hamburg miniature or miniature railroad display. You'll get videos of this unbelievable site that you got to see in Hamburg, Germany. It'll take you a whole day, take you 6 hours to see it all. It's not just a little railroad set. Oh no, it's more than that. They got an operating miniature airport in this thing. Unbelievable. The videos are fantastic. Really cool. Anyway, a couple of thoughts there on some cruises and some ways to get to the cruises, get back to the cruises. Might be worth your while. Let's see what we have here. Let's see here. Oh, hang on. Some comments are coming in and I'm missing them. Here we go. Valen Martinez is here from Argentina. How you doing, Valen? You made it. Tommy Bodnar is here. Hi, Tommy. How you doing? Norman Duarte before too. Silo. My wife liked the bathroom in our Haven suite on the Jade so much she wanted her bath at home done. Well, wow. Needless to say, I'm glad we didn't. She'll want the Bliss bathroom next. Well, I didn't have the Haven Club in the Jade, and I didn't have the Haven Club on the Epic either. But I had a balcony room on the Epic and an inside room on the Jade. The both were acceptable, but I didn't take a shower in either one of them. Tommy Bodner, I will be on the Bliss on New Year's. Do they have anything special for New Year's? I'm sure they will. Nina's thinking too. I'm sure they will, Tommy. I would be shocked if they don't. Yeah, cruise ships are famous for putting on a party. I'm certain you're going to have a good time on that. And I'm looking for your report. I'm looking forward to you reporting back to me on how that went. And if you can report on the ship itself, even better, catch our live show at that time and let us know how it's going. Debbie Manuel, Tommy, I think every ship does something special on holidays. Champagne and countdown and probably balloons. Awesome. Silo, there are a ton of Norwegian New Year's vids on YouTube. Looks like a blast. Probably better on the Bliss. Silo, we will be on the Bliss during Halloween. That should be fun too. Norma Duarte, Bruce, you are the man. You know the in and out on stock. Well, I used to be a stockbroker, so I kind of know my stuff there. Nina Frank, when is the hurricane season? Scared of that. We're talking, I believe, June, July until November, something like that. July, maybe July, August till November of each year. The fall, basically, late summer, fall. So June 1, November 30 says the web. There you go. Thanks, Silo. I didn't even see that underneath there. Here, I'm guessing it's right there. One of us has it. That's great. Last year, it was really bad in November, October and November. Really bad. It had already begun kicking up in September as well. It was a nasty, nasty season in the Caribbean last year. Hopefully, not so bad this year, but you never know. We'll have to find out. When it happens, it happens. We just don't know. Anyway, there you are. How about that? Was that an okay show today, you guys? Did I get any thumbs ups today? How are we doing on the thumbs ups department? 28. Oh yeah, thank you. We got thumbs ups coming in today. Thank you everybody for those. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I love it when you guys ask questions. What's going on? Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm on twice, and there'll likely be trivia in the second show. How can there not be trivia? We are enjoying it so much, but we'll follow the developments to see what's going on, and we'll see who's doing what. Steam and Bean, hey! Steam and Bean just showed up just as I'm saying goodbye. Steamer, where you been? Aren't you off now? You don't have classes, don't you? Didn't you get rid of those grade 5s, or are they still bothering you? What's going on there? Why are you so late coming to the show? No Elvis movie trivia, please, Bruce. God, no Elvis movie trivia. Don't do it to me. I can't take it, man. You're killing me. Okay, well, how about some Damien or some? So what other trivia should I do? I don't know. We'll come up with something. Iskew Park, June, July, August, September, October equals JJASO. Debbie Manuel, great show as usual. See everybody tomorrow. Silo, our entire cruise was changed due to the last season storms. Got to go to Bonaire, though. Loved it. There you go. They can change those itineraries. That does happen with hurricanes. And that's the good thing about cruise ships. They avoid hurricanes and hurricane damaged islands, and they make your cruise enjoyable and relaxing, stress-free, except if the hurricane is hitting your home port and you're delayed getting back. What are you going to do? Jane Peters, Jane Peters saying hello there. How are you? Seakeeper, I have started checking off my hurricane preparation list. Hurricane season here starts in 16 days. Iskew Park, see you, Bruce. Take care, everybody. Jane Peters, hi, all late too. XXX, see you later from New Zealand. Hi, Jane, how you doing? Tomorrow, I'm on twice, Jane. I'm sure you'll be able to catch probably the second show, the trivia show tomorrow night. I look forward to having you there, and you're always welcome as usual. It's great to have you guys coming around. One thing I'll mention, my store, my internet store, today only, all items on my channel, the Redbubble store, 20% off. That's a Redbubble promotion. If you go to my homepage, and on the top here is the logo for my Redbubble store on the far right on my homepage. Click on there. You'll see all the items available: T-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, whatever. You want something, you order it today. Use the code that they're providing you, 20% off your entire order today only. Take advantage of that if you're thinking about getting a coffee mug or a travel mug or a T-shirt, whatever. Let's see here. SQ Park, Jason equals hurricane season. Jim Thomas, have a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Thanks for all your contributions to the channel. What? Debbie's saying off to do some Redbubble shopping. Today only 20% off. Anything you want. I should have mentioned that earlier, but I forgot. And I don't want to be too over commercialistic about it. Steamy Bean, get a cup with a picture of Bruce wearing a suit, drink it, and he's in his boxers. It starts off, and as they get, no, it doesn't. Thomas, see ya. Jane Peters laughing out loud. Debbie, Jim Thomas laughing out loud. Guys, have a great evening tonight. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern and 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow on this same channel, and we'll have some more fun there. Have a great night. In the meantime, thanks for watching. This is Bruce saying goodbye from Creston, BC, May the 14th, 2018. See you tomorrow at 5. See you guys. Bye.